Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and yep, you've guessed it, it's Margarete Miller time. Yay! Can't believe how quickly this year is going, counting on this, because I think, are we on 40? 39? 30, 40? I looked at 40, there you go. So there's only 12 more to go. I don't know where the heck that went, I can tell you, but there you go. So 12 more to go, and actually that sparks another bit of a conversation too. I've noticed that my parking lot, as you know, I call it the parking lot, where I put all the bits I've used or not used or would like to have used or basically never made the cut. I thought, you know what, by the end of this, this basket's going to be full of stuff I'm not really sure I want to use. So I'm going to try and add a little prompt of my own in that every time I do one of these for the next few weeks, I'm going to try and use the majority of this to create the background. So no matter how random it is, whether it's in the prompt or not, I'm going to try and do my backgrounds using the parking lot. Because otherwise, I'm going to have a load of stuff, or as my mother used to call it, tut. Tut is, if you're unfamiliar with the word tut, tut is basically just useless stuff, items like scraps or bit, just tut. It's just all that annoying stuff that hangs around. Anyway, a bit like me really, annoying stuff that hangs around. Okay, so let's have a little look at the prompts if the camera focused. Well, it doesn't look like it's focused today. There you go. Right, let's put that over to here. And as always, I'm going to stress about am I in shot, am I not in shot. We've got the regular partners in crime, glue book, glue stick. Having a little something on the lid is actually really helping me only use one glue stick at a time, so I'm glad I did that. My smoother, tear ruler, and I've got a scissors over there somewhere. I just forgot to put it on the table, but there you go, that's that cured. Oh, for the trolleys in my life. So, right, let's look at what I pulled out before I even get started. So an illustration. Don't know why. This guy appealed to me. I think it was in a Reader's Digest book. And I went, you know what? That's just, I don't know, that just appealed to me, so I did that. Something with fur. Okay, many years ago I went to Bristol Zoo. And Bristol Zoo is a place here in Britain. It's a zoo in England, and they had white tigers. And I remember taking this photograph, although obviously I was a lot younger and didn't know what I was doing, so I got the exposure wrong. So it's more like a pinkish tiger, really. But I'm thinking I might actually just fussy cut around him and have him sleeping somewhere on the page. Don't know why. Quirky, I know, but it appealed to me. You know me by now. Quirky's the name of the game sometimes. Okay, next, a mathematical symbol. Well, I found these in like an engineering book, and it's got mathematical stuff on it, so I think that'll just be what I'm classing that as. I've also pulled out a bit of washi that's got numbers and things on it. I thought maybe that'll just pull some of the number theme through it as well, so that's going to be on here. A postage stamp. I just pulled out this quirky postage stamp. Note there's a sun in it. That will become very important in the next prompt. And the next prompt is the sun. So I went through absolutely all my magazine clippings and images. Do you know, I don't have anything with the sun except that. So I thought, you know what, that kind of, I know it's not probably where, that's probably Thailand, I'm guessing. I think 10 tigers come from India. I don't know, I'm a bit challenged with that. So there may be elements of this in, there may not be elements of it in, and if there isn't, then that's where the sun is going to be. Or worst case scenario, I cut a circle of yellow and I'm going to call that the sun. So I've got options as far as sun goes. Right. The last one is a food item. Well, we all know me for my quirky cuts when it comes to magazines. So I've got a bit of apple pie and ice cream. It looks like a pizza. That looks delicious. I think you've seen the Victoria sponge before. Don't know what that is, but I'm hungry enough to eat that right off the page. And I found a loaf of bread. So we've got random food. So that's all of the prompts covered. What do I need to do now? Now, I did say that I've pulled out some random stuff as well. So let me just grab it all. there. So I have all of these oddments that are actually just going to sit on this desk here, and I'm going to build the background out of those. Just literally grab, stick, slap it on the page. That's what I'm going to do, and if that works, that works. If it doesn't, it'll be interesting. And then the last thing I've thought is, I found this in a magazine, and it's obviously, yes, it does smell actually. It's a smelly thingy. The ladies out there are probably all screaming at me going, oh yeah, it's something you rub it on your skin and then you get a sample of the perfume. Well, you know what? I'm going to stick this in my book because I thought that was quite pretty. And over there, I've just recently made a little video of how I do these labels. I think, let's see, this comes out on Wednesday, the 29th. I think the video for this will come out on Sunday, the 3rd of October. Basically how I utilise book pages to make little embossed labels. So I thought I'm going to put that on there because, I don't know, it just appeals to me. And also with the smell of this, my whole journal's going to smell prettily. And then that prompted me to think, I haven't used words in a while, so I pulled in a few outside the box, practical, stories and food for thought. They may or may not make it into the spread. Who the heck knows? I don't, because I never know what I'm doing. So, right, I'm just going to absolutely just do as I said. I'm going to work my way down this pile and I'm going to stick this on. So, how is everybody doing? I'm enjoying the comments. I must admit, I'm a little overwhelmed by the amount of comments I'm getting. However, I'm absolutely loving them, and I'm loving them because some of you are just doing 1 or 2 word comments, which is lovely because you don't need to you don't need to write War and Peace. But some of you are actually putting in really nice comments that are very, very long. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I tore that then. Why did I tear that? I meant to use a fussy tear ruler. Should I go that way instead? Sorry, debating already. Let's take that off there. If I can do this on the edge of a book. And I can do that on the edge of a book. Yeah, and some of you are writing some really nice long comments, which means I have more to answer. And also it gives me a chance to almost have a conversation with you. It's just really nice. I'm loving everything, to be honest, about the comments. The only thing I'm not loving is not having enough time to really merit the amount of time it takes to answer them all. So, you know what? I will get there eventually. If you guys are forgiving of me, I will get to them. It's just, I will get to them when I get to them. I found out that I can actually answer comments on my phone, which I didn't know, and you're probably all going, what, you didn't know? Yes, I didn't know. So I've downloaded a YouTube Studio app to my iPhone, and apparently I can answer my comments in there. So I was like, that helps considerably, because what I'm doing now is when I'm working in the grocery store and I'm on a night shift, I'm entitled to a half-hour break in the middle of the night to have something to eat and just chill out. So what I do is, as I'm having my lunch or breakfast or whatever you call it at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will try and nail a couple of comments down. Or if I get to work early, which I always do, because it's in my nature, I can't be late. Late disturbs me. Let's just put it that way. Late absolutely freaks me out. So I'm one of these people, if you say I'll meet you at 5 o'clock, I will be there at least 20 to 5. I don't mind standing around waiting for other people. That's fine. I know I'm early, but I would rather be early than be 1 minute late. And I feel there's quite a few people out there that actually like that as well. But yeah, that's the story of my life. Always early. So, because if I don't get there early, anxiety just plays a really, really bad game with me. So I just, no, I can't be late. So, and if I am late, you know there's a problem somewhere because I'm never late. And I do kind of have another little rule of my own, which isn't always popular with people. But if I'm meeting you somewhere, or we've arranged to meet somewhere, and you're more than 15 minutes late, I won't be there when you get there. Unless you actually text and go, listen, I'm held up, or I'm stuck in traffic, or I'm on the bus, or I'm en route, or just be honest with me. Just say, I didn't look at the time, I'm going to be a bit late. As long as I know, I'm absolutely fine. I will give you all the time in the world then. But if you just don't even contact me, and I've been stood like a numpty somewhere for more than 15 minutes waiting for you, then you know what? No, it don't work for me. Oh, there's an illustration on the back of there as well. Oh, I'm going to put that in the illustration pile, you never know. So yeah, I know that sounds a bit like a brutal rule, but I'm sorry if you've made an appointment or made a date with someone and a time. You've obviously decided when, you've decided where, you've decided who. It's very rare that you go, oh, should we meet in a coffee in 5 minutes? That just doesn't normally happen, does it? We do have a bit of time. If you can't be organised enough to give the person you're meeting the respect of meeting them on time, or at least letting them know you're on the way, then I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. I don't know whether, does that sound harsh to you? I've waited for people in the past, and I've waited for up to an hour before now. This is before I instigated my own little rule. And when they've shown up, they're going, oh, hi, how are you doing? And I'm like, sorry, would have been the first word out of my mouth. Why isn't it the first word out of your mouth? So, anyway, enough for me, off my soapbox. This isn't a coffee with Ceri. This isn't me having a rant. This isn't me having a social comment. This is me just being me. So, there you go. So, anyway, yes, really loving the comments. I'm very, very busy trying to keep my promises to you at the moment. As I said, oh, that's where that went. I wonder where I put that. As I said, I said in the previous video, not this one, I have actually filmed the introduction to the 12 by 12 thing. I think it goes out in about 3 weeks' time. It's only an introduction to the playlist so that everyone knows what the heck I'm up to. Let's put this one to one side because I don't need that all at one go. I should put that side, it's more interesting. So that's filmed and ready to go. I've just filmed, what day is it today? It's Sunday today. Right, at midnight last night, or midnight this morning, I'm sure I've got that wrong. One of the How I Utilise Book Pages videos launched, and I've been promising to do those, so that launched, which was fine. I've done another Utilising Book Pages video for next Sunday, so I'm keeping that promise going. Let's put that bit back in there because I'm going to put that strip down. I have been working my way through things to do with next year, and yes, I am going to do that personal challenge I told you about, where I'm going to do a journal a month. I've worked out what all the different covers will be. So each month will be, I will make a video of me making a naked journal with a different cover. Now I'm going to aim everything at the beginner, because I do think we tend to forget that there are people every second discover arts and crafts and journaling and paper crafting. They all join us on our journey at different times. And I don't want to only be doing videos that are too complex for people who have just joined that journey, if that's all making sense, because I'm not making sense to myself at the moment, to be honest. So yes, so they're all planned, and I'll do that. And then what I'll do with these naked journals, and by a naked journal, by the way, people, just in case you're thinking Ceri's going into the world of pornography, he's not. What it means is the pages within the book will have no adornment. There'll be no ephemera. It may be a true junk journal, and a true junk journal means that there'll be pages that are actually just pages out of a book, or things like that, or pages out of a magazine, stuff along that ilk, or that line, should I say. Let's turn that one over. So other than that, it'll all be naked journals. And then that gives me the opportunity then for future videos to go, right guys, remember the journal we made with a quilted cover? Let's turn that one into a sewing journal. Do you see what I mean? So then I can go, right, we've already got the journal made. If anyone wants to see how the journal is made, then of course there's already a video made. I don't need to think about it and go, listen guys, the link is in the description box below. And then we can theme the ephemera that we make to that particular journal. I think it's a plan. I think it's going to work. So I'm reasonably excited about that idea. And I must admit, I mean, because a few of you have commented, Ceri, you're really not going to do this challenge next year. Believe me, I have absolutely loved doing this challenge. It's, well, literally a challenge. It has challenged me to think outside the box, to push the boundaries of what I normally do for my form of art. I've enjoyed, well actually I've not always enjoyed hunting for the prompts because I can't always find them, to be honest. I'm like, what am I doing? What is this? Where is this going? There seems to be a lot of book page on there. I need something different. I would normally call that a top layer, so maybe not reaching, but actually there's a normal book page there. So yeah, so I've really enjoyed this. I just wish I had more time for it. So I'm saying far too often. That's sort of a lack of vocabulary, isn't it, saying all the time? For me, it's been a case of I lead a busy life, as we all do, and I'm passionate about a lot of things, and I want to do a lot of things, and I think tying myself into a weekly challenge was a mistake for me. Now, there's those of you out there who are probably shouting at the screen going, you didn't have to do it on the date. You could have done it when and where and stretched the challenge over a couple of years. And you are totally, totally right. Except you don't know me. If it's a weekly challenge, then if I commit, I commit. I don't think I've missed a single week. I've missed the occasional launch day of a Wednesday, because I usually launch on a Wednesday. I've missed a few of those. But the challenge has always gone out in the correct week. Even when I've been travelling away doing TV, I've always made sure that it always goes out on the correct week. And that's just me being me. I know that's just me being me, but hey-ho. Right, we're coming to the end of doing this bit. But yeah, that's the sort of pressure I put myself under, which sometimes isn't always as healthy as it should be. So let's see what else is going on in the world. Oh, the complete numpties of the British government. We're having truck driver issues here in this country. Since we left the EU, the European Common Market, the laws dealing with the taxation of truck drivers and what they're allowed to do, where they can be taxed, where they can't be taxed, changed. And this is just from what I believe anyway. I mean, I'm still a bit vague about all of this. So we apparently relied heavily on foreign truck drivers to do all of our deliveries, all of our delivery of fuel, food, goods. All of that was dealt with by them. The thing is that when those rules changed, because it was no longer financially viable for a lot of the drivers, they left and went back to their own countries. So we are thousands and thousands of truck drivers short. Now there's other contributing factors to this too. Because of the pandemic, I believe that the DVLA, which is our driving license body, has not been allowing driving tests for truck drivers. This is what I've been told anyway, because as I said, I don't 100% know what I'm talking about half the time. But I mean, this is what I've been told anyway. So that's gone on. Now what that means is that a lot of the food items in our shops are beginning to disappear because, not because they don't exist, but because there's no drivers to actually get them either into the country from Europe or from the airports into the distribution bays, or what's the other one? Or just basically delivered to the stores. So there's a bit of a problem there in that the chain is beginning to break down. So then you've got people starting to panic buy, which is just exacerbating the entire problem. And I'm like, please people, don't be so stupid about this. There is food. We're not running out of food. And then I was driving back from filming on Friday, listening to the radio in my car because I can't be silent in my car. Well, I can be, but it's dangerous because I tend to daydream. And if I daydream, who knows where my car's going to go. So they were talking on the radio saying that they were given reasons why things weren't happening and why that. And then whoever this politician was or presenter, they said, yes, we're finding that less and less fuel is getting to the stations. Therefore, fuel may become in shortage. We have it in the country. We just can't get it to the stations. Don't panic. We're not running out. What was the first thing happened? I got back to Cardiff. Every Tom, Dick and Harry, anyone who had a car was out there hunting for petrol stations or gas stations to fill their car up. And oh my word, literally, there were lines upon lines of people everywhere around. There were some roads you couldn't get down because people were blocking it, queuing up for gas, now, or petrol, or diesel. Now, you know these people don't actually need this. They're just doing it because they're like, oh, I can never be without fuel. Well, you know what? You can, because maybe you don't need it. I mean, I'm not a lover of taxi drivers, but you know what? Without fuel, the taxi drivers don't function. So, I mean, without fuel, a lot of things don't function. Like, I have half a tank of gas in my car. That's more than enough for me to go back and forth and work on a regular basis. However, on the 20th of October, I actually have a really long journey to do to go and do more filming, and I need about a tank and a half of petrol or diesel in my case to actually get to where I want to go and to get back. Now, if they've not cured this problem by then, I'm now going to lose income because I won't be able to fill my car up anywhere, and I'm certainly not going to drive 7 hours to another part of the country not knowing whether I can fill my car up, and then I'm stuck in another part of the country. Just how stressful I'm feeling. Right, there's a bit missing there, but I don't mind that because it's going to be covered by something. Right, I think, talking though I was, I think I've absolutely nailed getting all of that down. So I'm just going to put all of the little bits left. We really did scrap dust that and put that in the parking lot. I do want to come in and add a little bit of washi here and there on this, just as a background, and then I might bring that to the foreground later on. I like a bit of washi, as you know. Oh, when I can rip it. And you also know I don't trust washi further than I can throw it. Not that I've ever thrown washi. I don't know whether you can throw washi. I suppose you can if it's on the roll. So I just want to put pieces on here. I'll probably trim any edges off later. So just trying to get that in there. So yes, we have that now. It's like I went to work last night at 10:30 in the evening, and there were still people driving around the streets trying to find stations for getting fuel, and most of them ran out of fuel by midday. So it's, I don't know, it's the world we live in. I mean, it's odd because, you know, that little old guy or little old lady who fills their car up once every 2 months has gone out and filled their car up and they didn't actually need to, purely because they've been driven by panic, and then they're going to sit there with that tank full of gas for 2 months when there's someone else who's actually out there who needs to go to work and can't go to work anymore because they can't actually get there. And then how far does it go? It's like our buses, some are electric, some are diesel. So what happens to public transport? The majority of our trains in this country are diesel. I mean, we are I don't know what the word would be. We are making all of our trains electric, although it's a long, slow process, because obviously all of the railway tracks need to be changed, all the overhead cables have to be put in. I mean, there's a lot of development going on in this country for... am I off screen? Sorry if I've been off screen for that. For making this country less impactful on the planet, which is always a good thing. Very happy to hear that. Although it does take time and it does take money, so it's not an instant fix. So yeah, so we've got this whole fuel situation now. It's a bit like the whole fiasco of when I need to use a wet one, so my fingers are really gluey. When everyone started buying toilet paper at the beginning of the pandemic. We never ran out of toilet paper. There are probably people out there who are still working through the stockpile of toilet paper they actually got in 2 years ago. It's just, I don't know, people are becoming so selfish lately. It's just like, oh, I'm all right, Jack, don't care about you. So, not the way I like to think my life leads. So, let's get on with this. I've procrastinated for 26 minutes now. But we do have quite an interesting background. I'm quite liking that. Right. Illustration. Right. Illustration. You're going to go there. Right. I am going to put a little bit of distress ink on the edge of this one because he's looking just a little bit bland. I'm not sure I've got a story about this collage. I didn't realise you guys liked the stories that I make up as I collage. My mind is a weird and wonderful place as far as I'm concerned. There's always a song or there's always a story playing somewhere in my mind. Does it always make sense? No, it doesn't. But it makes for an interesting life. So, I don't know. So obviously this guy is on a phone, so he's either reporting something he's lost, something, or he's calling a friend. So he's going to go right down by there. And that's where he's going to stay. Right, and I like the way he's looking that way because that's over to whatever's going to be on the other side. Right, I did want to put the tiger in, and I really do think I'm going to have to fussy cut this. Pick up the biggest scissors in the world, Griffiths, and try and just fussy cut this around. So I don't know why I'm being really bad at holding things into camera today. I used to really love going to the zoo as a kid, but then I've always liked wildlife anyway. Zoos have really changed over the years, though, I must admit, even within my lifetime. Now I'm a little more educated and obviously quite a bit older. I have mixed feelings about zoos. If we need to preserve animals and... Yeah, you're going to go down there. If we need to preserve animals and help them propagate, or is it animal husbandry? I always get that word wrong. And help them avoid extinction, then I would rather see them in a safari park than a zoo. I don't like things in cages is where I'm going with this. I mean, I just don't like things in cages, and I don't like people being controlled or confined. Freedom is a very important thing to me, and thank goodness I live in a country where I can enjoy freedom. Well, freedom to as much of a degree as our government allows us freedom. I mean, I would love the whole planet to be completely free. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's always something I've always appreciated, having the birthright to freedom of life, freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom of anything really. I mean, within certain boundaries. I mean, you can't go out and axe murder someone and go say, yeah, well, I had the freedom of choice, I didn't like him, I wanted to kill him. I mean, that's a vast extreme, obviously. However, it's still freedom. I mean, as long as in my book you're doing right and not wrong, and you're not harming somebody else or hurting them or making their quality of life worse, then I'm okay with most things people do. I don't feel I have the right to judge anyone. I don't think anyone has the right to judge me. Anyway, we're going down another tact again. I don't know where this is all coming from in my brain today. So, right. Let's pull in the mathematical thing first, because I think that's going to get lost. Where's that symbol bit I found? I think what I'm going to do is this section here is all full of symbols. I'm just going to put that one on the page. And these, guess what, back in the parking lot. Yep, that's right. Let's see what else is going on. As I said, I did film. I spent 3 hours at the TV studios the other day filming for advertisements. So, and I can't share those because I don't even know myself when those will be out, when they'll pop up. They're, you know what TV advertisements are like, they just arrive when they arrive. So I never know when that's going to pop up. I'll probably just surprise myself by seeing myself on TV occasionally. I then went and filmed the first of something called Katie Sue TV, which is going to be, well, not going to be, it is now, me doing a show in the format of a television show, like a shopping channel television show, and then that's recorded and placed on their website so that it's permanently there as both entertainment and sales. So that was filmed. That was fun. I just said, right, let's turn the camera on and just do this. And like in an hour and 5 minutes later, we'd finished. I was exhausted, but we had managed to pull something together, and I won't know what it looks like until it's all edited, because were there 3 cameras? I think I was doing a three camera shoot. So yes, there was an overhead, a front on, and a close up. Yeah, there was 3 cameras. So interestingly enough, I did that. So I'm going to stick this on anyway. I like the idea of this being a sun. I might just put it over the violin because I don't see the reason for the violin. Not that there has to be a reason for the violin, because after all, it's a collage. And it's my art, and I'll make it what I want, as I've been known to say several times before. So yes, that was pretty exhausting, but it was done. So as promised, as soon as that link is sent to me, I will share it and you will see everything, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So right, where am I? I'm just randomly gossiping on here and sticking things down. Illustration got it, something for got it, math symbol got it, the sun got it. It's only the food item left. Now, which food item will it be? Did the cat eat the cake? Does the cat like chicken? Is there a loaf of bread in anyone's future? That looks too big for that page, right? That's that decided. Is he dreaming? Is that peach, actually? That looks like peaches and cream. Maybe it's peaches. Right, so done with that. I quite like the sweet thing. I might put the cake on here as well somewhere. That looks like it needs something. Oh, wait, I've got that other thing too. Sorry, that's not very helpful, is it? When I'm looking at something and you're not looking at it, and I'm going, yeah, well, that other thing there, that'll do. What does that mean to you? So, oh, good kind of news. Well, I'm taking it as good news. Apparently, America has now opened up for us to travel to again, should we so wish. Let's put that by there. I'm not sure where that would go now. So that's quite good, and I say quite good because that does mean I can actually do some of the shows I'm planning to go to next year in America if I feel safe to do so. And that's the caveat on all of this. It's if I feel safe to do so. I'm supposed to be in Austin, Texas in the end of February. I'm supposed to be at Creativation in April, which is in Orlando, Florida. I'm supposed to be in Reno, Nevada. Ooh, is that the end of July, beginning of August, I think, for something, for a convention. I'm supposed to be in Chicago at some point to visit friends who I haven't seen for like 2 years, and I'm so desperate to see my friends in Chicago. And I love Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. I used to live in Glenview, which is part of Illinois, but it's just a bit up from Chicago, so I was used to live in Chicago. And then I have friends in Chicago as well, so that looks a bit square, doesn't it? I feel like I want to pop this in. If I do that, I'm completely covering up the symbols there. I feel this space here, I'm avoiding it, and I don't know why I'm avoiding it. I do quite like that, but I think the thing is that that square, and it kind of bothers me. This feels like the right place for it to be, but then arguably I've covered up all of those symbols. But firstly, we know they're there. Actually, there are bits of symbols down here. Okay, I can do that. Right, I'm going to use art glitter glue on that, I think, purely because it's cardstock and it's going onto a multitude of different surfaces, and I don't know how this smelly thing on the back is actually going to glue, so I'm not even going to try and glue across it. It's a very heavy perfume though, I must admit. I'm a bit susceptible to strong smells, should we say. Like my mother's favourite perfume was Chanel No. 5, which I used to buy her when I travelled, because obviously I could get it duty free. However, I'm allergic to Chanel No. 5, so I'd have to tell her, whenever you're wearing it, let me know, and we'd have to be in like a well ventilated room or something, because I'd start coughing, my eyes would swell up and get puffy. There's something in Chanel No. 5 that my body doesn't like, let's put it that way. I just take that, that's an absolute mess, that's going in the bin. Right, so I did pull in other things, and I'm wondering, right, food for thought kind of feels right, and it actually is the right sort of colour. I do think I want to trim that one side off a little bit. This doesn't look remarkably straight cut. I always hate trimming stuff because I'm terrible at cutting a straight line. And I do know there's well, I've got a guillotine and I've got a couple of trimmers, although I don't get along well with trimmers. I'm old school, I like my guillotine. Actually, that's quite cute. If I put it there, food for thought, he is thinking of that. There you go, Mr. Tiger likes. I'm going to call those peaches and ice cream because it looks like peaches and ice cream to me. That's not peach Melba, is it? No, I'm just making up food groups now. Right, the word stories isn't going to work for me. Practical. Right, it shouldn't be on that page if it's going anywhere. How long is this word practical? Where can I put it? Actually, it would fit up there. I'm going to cover everything I've just put down there. But you know what? Again, we don't care. How did I end up with a half page, people? Let's see, what else we've got to talk about. I don't know. Oh, Darcy, I've been watching some of your videos. That's Darcy's... Oh, gonna get this wrong. Sorry, Darcy. Correct me in the comments. I want to say it's Darcy's Misadventures in Mixed Media, or something like that. That's Darcy's channel. Pop by and say hi. Darcy does some fun stuff, I must admit. She takes on little adventures, some cute chats. Say hello to Darcy. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I've just pulled out... Actually, I'm going to put that... If I can tear this without ripping it to shreds, because it's never easy ripping book page, and especially when I'm trying to rip a thin edge of book page. I've just done my last official TV show until December the 9th.
Now I'm going to be filming one of the KTC TV shows, Travel and Fuel Allowing, in October. About, I think it's 20th. I think I filmed that one. However, I've taken 2 months away from all of that, so I can actually spend some decent amount of time working on my stuff, like getting videos that are more than just one take, that I can actually do a longer term project with. Yeah, like that. A longer term project with, and also finish some of these flipping Etsy products. I've got so many half done bits and pieces dotted around that I'm like, I'm already going to miss them. I know. I mean, I've got a fall item. Well, yeah, well, we know by the time I've done that, fall is going to be gone, isn't it? So I will have missed that one. What sticky as all hell. I haven't got any Christmas items because I get a bit lost at Christmas. I'm not really sure. I don't really do Christmas, do you know what I mean? But I've got spring stuff organised. I've been collecting some vintage documents and receipts and advertisements and things like that. So there'll be sort of vintage paperwork sort of stuff coming onto the website at some point. I'm still wondering whether this... would that look peculiar? Like he's just thinking of sweet things. I think I'm going to do that, you know. We've tried to use this cake before with no success, and I think I just want to put a bit of ink around that just so it sticks out. So yeah, so that's that. As you've seen, I'm trying to do a few of the book page videos. I'm trying to do those because they don't take long to film, so it's not like an hour, it's probably about a half hour tops. As soon as the introduction to the 12 by 12 goes out, that playlist I then will have to start populating, because why have a playlist if you're not going to put anything in it? So, but again, I've got at least 6 or 7 different projects ready to do there. One exciting, let me see if I can reach it. And I'm back. This is just one of the baskets. I keep everything in baskets. I'm just about to do a butterfly specimen shadow box. So this is how I sort my stuff out, guys. Everything is in baskets, and then I pick the basket up. Whichever project I'm in the mood for. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got about 9 different projects on the go. So it's a case of I pick up whichever one appeals to me on the day, and then I go with it. But the trouble with that process is then you never finish them, because you're always picking up, oh, I fancy doing a bit of that. So I have to really power through them, because I'm annoying myself. I'm going to put some more of this down now. I'm annoying myself that I actually haven't finished things. And as I said, I did a whole load of tag backgrounds for autumn, because everyone seems to love my coloured tag backgrounds. So I've done a whole load of them in fall or autumn colours. And guess what? They won't be out in time, because I haven't done it, so it'll have to be for next year. I'll put them out this year, but they won't get utilised till next year, because I've already done my autumn journal, and I don't have plans to do another autumn journal just at the moment. What else? Yeah, I've got a whole box of old photographs and stuff that I'm like, I really do need to go through. Like, they're all black and white and sepia photographs, and they're all I've got a right to use them all, because they're family members or friends of the family, and I have permission to use them all. So I'm going to be scanning some of those in, which is lovely. I haven't done a jelly plate video for absolutely ever. So there's one of those in the offing. I'm feeling this needs one more thing, guys. Please start screaming at the screen, because you're probably knowing exactly what it is, and I don't know what it is. Having a quick rifle through the old box over here at the moment. Oh, I've forgotten I did that. Love that. No, that would be way, even for me, that's a bit random. There's a cactus. Actually, I might stick that on there. It sort of goes with that. That's the trouble when you keep things in a in a basket. Everything gets put on top, and you don't see them. Actually, no, cacti wouldn't go in there. So anyway, this is a bit of a rambling rant from me today, isn't it? I'm liking the idea of round. Actually, I like that there. Is it the right way up first? Yes, it is. So let's put the clock in. That's been hovering around this parking lot forever and a day as well, this clock. So maybe the tiger's thinking it's lunchtime and these are things he wants to eat. I don't think the tiger keeper is going to give him that though. Love him though he does, it ain't going to happen. So I could have sworn I had in this some elements. Not elephants, elements. Oh, I've got a little red butterfly. Actually, the red butterfly with that doesn't seem bad either. You know, I'm going to do that and just call that quits. Right, I want to take the glue. This is what I normally do. This is the method I do on the TV show. Wow, that's a bit watery, isn't it? What happened to that glue? I think that needs a bit of a shake. I'm going to leave that one to one side and let's do it with our glitter glue instead. So this is the method I use when I do die cuts. Put a bit on your hand. Make sure you don't have an allergic reaction to stuff like this. And then I just tap the piece onto it. Don't rub it back and forth because the glue will go through all of those little holes. And then just sit that on. Actually, I like the way that wing matches the curve of that. That was a happy accident. There you go. Let's put... Come on, Griffiths, get it together. There you go. It's one of those days, guys. Right, lids on glues. Let's have a little look. Double check I've done everything. Get this off my skin. Not that I react to it, but I do like to not leave stuff on my skin more than I have to. I need to note to self that needs a good shake. I think I'm going to vintage photo around the side of this because some of this is quite white. I don't know why. I do like to vintage photo. I need a new sponge. Good grief, this one's falling to pieces. I do like to vintage photo around stuff occasionally. I don't do it all the time. No, I'm not one of these people who's continually everything has to be distressed. That's the word. Oh, it's not a good day when Ceri can't say the word distressed. But I do believe there's a time and a place, and I think that just enhanced that beautifully. So let's put the distressing back. Let's put just one to the side. Have a little bit of a look at that. Is there anything else I want on there? Right. Illustration. Got an illustration. Something with fur there. A math symbol. We know there are math symbols, and I'm going to call some of these math symbols as well. But if you look into this, we know there are math symbols in here. I mean, I could go in and stick another math symbol over the top, but I don't think I need to, really. Unless I can find one absolutely to hand. Is there something on there? Maybe, right. Just because this is the way my brain works, people. If I think of something, it will eat itself away at my brain until I do it. So I'm just going to put a little bit across there just to give myself that math symbol so that then in time to come when I look through I'll go, oh look, I missed the math symbol. I didn't miss the math symbol. I miss speaking English, huh? Miss the math symbol. I speak gibberish. What do you speak? There you go. Let's get the little spreader on that one. And just catch that with a little bit of the vintage photo. Right, there you go. That definitely ticks all the boxes. So where are we up to? There you go. Math symbol, postage stamp. There is a postage stamp. The sun. I've got the sun. I've got... Oh, where is the sun? The sun's in there somewhere. Actually, and there's the sun as well. Well, my representation of it. And food item. There's definitely food items. So, as usual, it's a bit of an eclectic something. Do I like it? I think I kind of do. I'm very tempted to like stencil something on top of this and pull other pieces in, but I'm thinking stop, because sometimes I can just keep on going because I enjoy the process. A lot of the time I enjoy the process more than I enjoy the finished product. So I think we're going to call that quits. That's number 40 done. We're on the home straight, 12 more to go. Wow. So, last things I need to do, as normal, this is how you find me, guys. All the social media, all the different stuff, all the different links, everything's there in front of you. It's all self-explanatory. I love the thumbs up. I love a thank you, a share, a positive comment. Any of that is fabulous. And thank you for being on the journey with me. And thank you for all of your support along the way. I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. And I'm saying goodbye. Bye-bye now.